Well, Ford, this one's for you. A lot of times you say with these leaks on these trucks, it's not really a leak until, or considered a leak until it hits the ground. And just got done with a somewhat of a long trip towing my trailer. Not very heavy. I didn't even have it loaded. We were going to KOAs, so I didn't have my typical desert load in there, which makes it a lot heavier. But here, I'm gonna flip you around, show you what's going on. All right, so Ford, there we go. There's a drop on the ground. Doesn't seem like a lot, probably because the majority of it sprayed all underneath my undercarriage. All the way back there. You can see all the spots all the way back to my axle back there, which there you can clearly see. So, I do have an extended warranty that Ford gave me on this because of this exact situation. You can see it's all over my oil filter, all over my bell housing, all over the place. This is just back here. This is the rear part of my leak, right? Okay, so that's all that. Here's my transmission brace, bracket, whatever you want to call it. So it sprayed a significant amount of oil while I was driving on my trip. Luckily, it didn't just dump everything out. We'll get to how much it leaked in a second. Here we go. Here's the front part of my vehicle. Track bar. I don't know which panhard bar or whatever these things are called here. All these freaking suspension linkages completely soaked. Front axle is soaked. Cross member is soaked, and you can see up there that upper oil pan just leaking like a sieve. So good documentation here. And luckily, like I said, flip you around again. Luckily, we didn't have a catastrophic event where we lost a lot of oil. Now, where we were driving, it was a little warm. It was the southern part of the United States, southwest. So we were in Arizona, coming back to San Diego. And I think overall, maybe a 1,000-mile trip, maintaining very, decent speeds. Where applicable, I was going, maybe 60, 65 in Arizona, but here in California, it's 55. So whatever the posted speed limit was, that's what I was doing. I don't beat on anything that I have. That's why it lasts for so long. Flip it around real fast. There's my Razor 2018. Runs like a top. So I do maintain all my stuff. This is where I want Ford to understand here that this is the third time this has happened. This is the worst oil leak I've had. I lost a quart of oil on my drive. Now imagine if I was traveling a little bit further, wasn't really paying attention because, well, who's always looking underneath their vehicle and making sure they don't have an oil leak, right? This shouldn't be on the back of your mind at all. And Ford, the only thing they did for me in the recent past, a few years ago, was they gave me the extended warranty. Well, it's happened again. So I can assume this is going to happen again and again and again. Now, Ford doesn't just automatically, give you a replacement vehicle like GM does. I've had a couple of friends have similar issues or CP4 issues, fuel issues, related issues, and GM just buys them right out. No attorneys needed. Ford apparently needs that little extra nudge for some odd reason. So you can imagine if I was doing a little bit longer trip on this and I'm losing 2-3 quarts of oil, that's pretty significant in these engines that hold a decent amount of oil, and then you're going to lose cooling capabilities, lubrication capabilities, all that stuff. And the last thing you want is to be stuck on the side of the road in 110-degree heat or whatever, and because, well, Ford doesn't want to make it right. So I hope Ford listens on this one, and I will be taking it down to the dealership here. We just got back yesterday. It's a weekend, so can't really take it down right now. I just noticed it today, so I will schedule an appointment, take it down. I will have it documented on the books, and then we'll go from there. But not saying that this guy right here isn't the shiz, but it handled everything no problem and with ease. I had a lot more power to go and stuff like that, climbing those hills and whatnot. But nobody should have to deal with this over and over and over again. It takes time out of your life, dropping the vehicle off. Now I can't, like, let's just say I had another trip planned, or maybe in the middle of my trip. What do you do then? Who's paying for those days that you're not getting paid because you have to take a little extra time off, whatever? Who's paying for the extra vehicle, the rental, and all that stuff so you can get to work? So again, I hope Ford is listening to this, and I'll help you just do the right thing. So anybody that has these trucks, if you don't see any drops on the ground, I suggest you just go take a look anyway. You may be surprised at what you see. All right, later.